What is going on, everybody? It's your boy AJ, and we're back for another monthly movie talk. It is the month of May, towards the end, so we have a lot to talk about. And yeah, I'm excited for it. And I have some awesome guests with me today, and we're going to get into that soon. So let's go. It took me a second to get into my intro, but we're going to keep it moving. Let's get it. We got Kristin from Miss Filmingo in the house. What's going on? Hello. Thank you for stopping by.
You?
And yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
Good. And then we have another special guest, Mac of Mac Movie Reviews and M&K Productions. M&K Productions Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. It's kind of new, so
yeah, the title is new. It's okay.
Yeah. So, what? Before we get into anything, what made you guys want to change that? I've kind of been wondering that.
I'll let Mac do it because he was first, kind of like the man in charge. Basically, I was just the sidekick for a good year, and then we ended up working well together. But Mac can talk more about the decision.
So just to kind of just do it like quickly, everything. Kristin was kind of like the anime side character, just came in real quick, became like the manga favorite, the fan favorite, and she became like a really good friend throughout the podcast. I brought her, asked her, said, "Hey, you want to come in for a Scooby-Doo episode?" She's like, "Yeah." She came in.
It wasn't even before that. It was a horror movie podcast.
It was a horror movie podcast, and we clicked, and then the Scooby-Doo was the next one, and I asked her, I said, "Do you want to keep coming back on as kind of like a weekly guest?" And then it happened, and she's been coming on for almost like a year now. I think a year's going to come up in about a month or so, and then we've been talking for a while to change the name, and we were thinking about something to incorporate really what we want to do for the changing of this new era of what we see, what we can do together as friendship and this partnership we got. So we figured we just M&K Production Podcast because it'd be cool to just kind of see this and taking made into a production company one day, just producing stuff, produce content, and just a nice little production company. So that's how the name came up. So it's pretty awesome.
It just made sense for us to continue to work together and just conclude both of our worlds together in the title of my name and Mac's name. So it just fits well together. I mean, so far we've had great guests come on, and with the power of the two of us working together on it and bringing on people like you and our friends like Flix Talk and our DVD guy, Big Rob, Big Knack 07, going to shout him out. We've had some directors come on, some people who worked in the industry for a little bit, and we have some other exciting content and review interviews planned. So we're slowly trying to get a bigger for us, because we think we can deliver something that audiences would want to see, going back to the days of the old school movie podcast, just having fun and bringing to light about fun situations in the film industry and giving opinions.
Yeah. Do you guys have any specific segments that you can announce or tell us about that are coming up?
One thing I can say is that I guess that we can talk about this, Mac, because Mac unfortunately won't be able to do the interview, but we're interviewing the people of a film called The Hollywood Con. Okay. So that's our new recent film starring not Tom Holland. I wish it was Tom Holland, but Tom Arnold, and it's got a few other people in it. So it looks at celebrity culture. So we're interviewing the cast and director later on this week, and that will be up relatively soon. Okay. And we got some, the basic generic how the original show was. So nothing new. We're going to still talk about deep physical collection, of course. Okay. We're still going to talk about, the one movie we love to review every week, whether it be a cringy Netflix movie like The Kissing Booth. That'll come up.
We actually do. We do have for the generic episode, we are working on. We just did a 3-hour recording with David and Rob talking about Army of the Dead. So that
sweet.
should be up in I'm gonna try to get that up in 2 weeks because that's always fun editing 3 hours. We just ramble on Saturday Night Live.
We gotta work on cutting down our talking time because sometimes we can do for an hour, but sometimes we both get lost in the track of time.
Yeah,
and we're just
it's easy to do that.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's easy to do that. It is, especially when you're talking amongst friends and getting into things that you love to talk about. So
especially this. I mean, we're doing this tonight, and so we are excited to see what's going to come from more of the M&K Productions podcast, and continue to collaborate with people, and of course have people on like you because you are awesome, and you know how to bring some great cinema. So
thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, so kind of moving into what we are here for today. Let's look at the comments real quick before we get in there. Tony Movie Chappie says, "Can't wait."
Chappie.
How are we doing lately? We're doing pretty good. We're doing good.
Can't complain.
I remember Tony in the back of the days when I'm not sure if you were there, AJ, but Mac and I were there for the Neil Blomkamp episode that David, our friend of Flex Talk for Chappie. So Tony's been great. I love been seeing him come up for a couple of other live streams. So shout out to Tony.
Yeah, Tony's always in the chat and always being supportive, and I really appreciate him. I really do. So shout out Tony. And so moving on to our first topic.
All right,
Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka in the prequel film. We got that announcement this week. What are we feeling about this, guys? Are we, are we Willy Wonka fans? Are we Charlie and the Chocolate Factory fans? Johnny Depp? Talk to me about that.
Mac, you want to go first, and then I'll go.
Why? Why do we need this? Honestly, okay, I'm saying I'm a fan of Charlie and Chocolate. I like both versions. I know people they're I know people they're okay, people are a little iffy about the Tim Burton version, but I'm a fan of that one, and I like the original 1970s one with I forgot the guy's name. Gene Wilder, was that his name?
Yeah,
Gene Wilder. But this is with Han Solo. Remember the Solo movie? Do we really need a prequel film about Wonka? How did Wonka become like this? It's just fantastic actor, but do we really need a prequel film? It'll probably be okay, but I don't think we really need it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Kristin, what do you think?
I 100% agree with Mac. I grew up watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. It was a comedy and also a horror movie, in my opinion, because it was terrifying.
Sure,
all the traps that Mr. Wonka, had set up in his factory. I mean, that kid going up the tube. I mean, who would want to get stuck in a tube or be blown up like a blueberry? You had nightmares of that, the worst happening to you.
Yeah,
but
kind of a softcore Saw film.
Honestly, it's the
prequel
children's. It's the children's version of Saw.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, but I don't care. But for the prequel, I did not like the Johnny Depp version growing up. Okay. I absolutely cringed when I saw it because I never actually got to see it in theaters. I remember watching it on TV and just renting it from my local library and just being like, this is not good. I just thought it was creepy, especially the way that Johnny Depp portrayed him. And I feel like we're going to get the same creepy vibes given how Timothy Chalamet's going to play him, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So I just don't think it's necessary for a film like this, for a Willy Wonka prequel. It's kind of it's like a bad idea that we don't need. So, right. And then I'm just thinking, did it come out who's directing it per se?
I don't think so. I think this was the first announcement this is the first announcement that I've heard of it. So I don't think we've gotten a writer or director yet.
Because it was being talked for a while of this prequel, but I wasn't 100% sure if a director was attached to it. Because I'm trying to think who would be attached to a film like this.
Get Tim Burton back.
No, we wouldn't want Tim Burton back.
No.
Let's face it.
Don't do
He's
that.
working on the Addams Family series with, Jenna Ortega. I think that'll be fine.
Isn't that animated? Isn't it animated? I think.
No, it's live action.
No, it's live action.
It's live action.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
They said that the Wonka movie is scheduled for March of 2023, so there's no director yet, but it's going to be Warner Brothers distributing
That
it.
makes sense,
So,
given that Warner Brothers has done the previous ones. So yeah, I just don't care. And I'm not a crazy Timothée Chalamet fan, but
I was going to ask you that next.
Internet e-boys, I feel like the TikTok boys. I feel like give them the long hair and it's aesthetic, and it's just not for me. Yeah,
I think Timothée Chalamet is a pretty good actor. After I saw what was the movie? Little Women. After I saw Little Women, I thought his performance was great in that film. Now I just watched Call Me by Your Name, and I think Call Me by Your Name, I think what he was given was kind of drab. It was not like anything to showcase his performance. So I couldn't really judge him from that. But, Little Women, when they're in the field and he's like breaking down and he's like, I'd rather die than not be with you. I was just like, okay, all right, Timmy, so
Timmy.
Yeah.
But I've seen him in Lady Bird and a few other things over the course of time.
I think Lady Bird, his character was also kind of just bland, a little bland.
Because his character was small in Lady Bird. He didn't have the necessary big role. Yeah,
for sure. But I think he can fit this role. I think he can. I think he can do it. I haven't seen him be extremely versatile in his roles, but I think he's kind of new still. So we'll see. It's not something that I'm pumped for. It's something I'm hyped for. It's something I'll probably watch eventually. Might not go the first night, but I am trying to go to the cinema more often and support local theaters and things like that. So. But yeah, next topic, Dexter. Have you guys seen Dexter or?
I've seen a few episodes.
Not for you.
I've seen the whole series.
You watched the whole series, okay? As did I. Kristin, you didn't. You weren't feeling Dexter.
No, I like it. I just haven't finished the rest of it. I've seen episodes and stuff. I just haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
But I do like Michael C. Hall. So
yeah, he's great, and I think Dexter probably is my favorite role that he's taken. What have you seen him in that you enjoy? I know he was in Game Night for a little bit.
He was in Game Night for a little bit. I like him in a lot of small roles because he likes to take on some independent films. There's a really good film called it's with Sam Shepard. I can't think of it, but it's Cold Something Night. I would have to look it up, but I do like him in his majority of the smaller roles. He started off in 6 Feet Under, another great
he was
show.
in that. Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I heard that he was in that.
Yeah, but he's talented. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to come from this Dexter series. Return.
You think you're going to catch up?
I think I'm going to try to. I really am going to push myself to actually watch it for the summer. But then again, we're getting a lot of stuff this summer.
Yeah, we are.
And I did see him in this movie at Sundance called John in the Hole, which is going to be released in in August. So
is it going to be in cinemas or is it going to be VOD?
I'm not 100% sure, but IFC bought the rights to it.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to put it out. I might be a VOD. So it's not for everybody, but his role is kind of interesting in that film. He plays a father. In it, but the film I was referring to is called Cold in July. I highly recommend that.
What was it? Cold in July?
Yeah, it's a very small film.
Okay, starring Michael C. Hall, or he was in it. He has a small role in it. Okay.
No, he plays a main character in it.
Okay,
it's got Sam Shepard in it too, so I highly recommend that.
Cool. Okay, I'll have to. Yeah, we're gonna get to our recommendations, but I have to really get write these down because I'm really looking forward to seeing new movies and independent films and things like that. But with Dexter, are we like with the Willy Wonka? Are we feeling like we need this, Mac? After you've seen all the episodes, we do need this. Okay.
Yes, because that finale that finale was absolutely like, what the hell? We won't get into
too many spoilers.
I'm not spoiling it because no. But if like I will say, just like if you've seen it, if you're not seeing it, it's just like. I'll just say just the finale leaves a lot up to question, and you just like, what's the point of like leaving us on this cliff? What's the point of leaving us like that when you're building up this whole thing? And it's like, it's just you're ruining it's like the season. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. It's like last season of Game of Thrones. You build this all up, and it's just whittled away.
Kind of fizzles out.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping with this like. It just lets us be able to have closure. Kind of like what Samurai Jack did when they brought it back for Adult Swim. Kind of just like that last hoorah that we can finally be like, we have closure and it can be like something good.
Satisfying. Yeah, for sure. I think I'm kind of torn with this because I have kind of made my peace with the finale and like how it ended. So, bringing it back, I'm a little nervous that they're going to mess it up again. But I hear that the showrunner for the first 4 seasons is coming back for this last season and or like revival season or whatever. I think it's going to get 10 episodes on Showtime. Mm-hmm. But like the first 4 seasons are phenomenal of the series. And then it kind of just, I'm going to let you make your own thoughts about it, but it was just it's just kind of not as great as the first 4. That's
when I mostly watched it was like when I watched like a few episodes was during like the very first few seasons. I didn't see like the later ones. So. Yeah,
I think it just kind of takes a turn. I won't give too much away, but it's a little different. So.
I understand.
Just kind of look for that if you do plan on catching up with it. Moving on, we won't talk about this next topic for too long, but I know that Kristin watches this series.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mac does. I watched the first season, High School Musical, the series. It is an outrageously long, dumb name, but I did enjoy the first season for the most part. Some things kind of got on my nerves, characters here and there, but that kind of, that might go towards how good the show is because those characters are supposed to frustrate you. You know what I'm saying? So, Kristin, are you caught up with season 2 or did you?
I didn't watch the second episode yet. I did watch the first one and I was kind of disappointed.
That's what I hear with the first one. I haven't seen the first one. I think I'm gonna wait till the season is over and then just binge it. But is it because of the writing? Is it because of the acting?
I won't give too much away for anybody who didn't see the episode yet, but it felt like one longer musical number in my opinion. That just went on way too long for me, and I would just remember like just zoning out, like when I was waiting for like the juiciness to get to it, like it's that what I wanted to see, the stupid high school drama, but I'm kind of excited to see. The reason why I'm returning is not just because everybody was expected to see them perform High School Musical 2 as the play, but they're not. They're going to be doing Beauty and the Beast, so I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to go.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that too, but also I'm there's a little bit of drama behind the scenes.
That Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bennett. That's Bassett. No, Bennett's the guy from Mean Girls. Never mind.
Joshua
Bassett.
Yeah. So there's a little drama behind the scenes with that. Olivia Rodrigo just dropped.
She blows up. Let's not lie.
She did. She really did blow up. Like literally and like figuratively too, with her album and her number 1 singles and things like that. So like she's went off
this
on that album.
Taylor Swift, let's face it. I think she's gonna eventually like die out from the acting phase and she's gonna become like this Taylor Swift phenomenon.
You think so? You think she's not gonna be acting anymore?
I think she'll be acting, but I think her focus will mostly be on music, I feel like.
Yeah, that seems to be where she's most successful right now. But yeah. So moving on to
you're not going to be watching. I know.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know, Mac. He's gonna pass on that one. That's okay. It's not for everybody.
No, it isn't.
So the Loki series. What are we feeling about the Loki series? The hype level and predictions. Where are we at with that?
I'm not gonna watch it.
You're not gonna watch it.
No, he hasn't watched the other Marvel shows.
What?
I genuinely do not care about the Marvel show. The only Marvel show that I'm looking forward to is the What If series. That's it. Other ones I just like hard pass. The animation. I don't. Other ones I don't not care. None of them have interest me like at all.
You just are not interested in like what it brings to the universe, or you're not interested in the characters, or what? You got to give me a little bit more than that, because I'm tripping.
Like the characters, because like I think all the characters are good. It's just like I just don't think some of them don't. I feel like some of these series, I just don't think they don't bring enough to like the mainstream films. Because I tried to sit there and watch WandaVision, and I'm just like, and then I think I watched like kind of like the second half of like the last episode of Winter Soldier and the Falcon. I was like, I don't care. I just don't. And then Loki, I'm just like, I'm kind of getting sick of Loki. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting like, aren't you supposed to be?
You're not alone.
No,
you're not alone in that. But I would have to definitely disagree. Loki is one of my favorite villains, favorite characters in the MCU, and this is my most highly anticipated series. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm not quite with Mac totally, but I do see where he's coming from with like not being as excited about those characters. But I am excited for Loki. Kristin, what are you feeling about the Loki series?
I'm excited.
I feel like you're hyped.
I'm very hyped. I love the Marvel series. I love what they did with WandaVision, how creative and fun that was. Yeah. And, it totally took a creative spin, which they don't, they do with like, the Guardians films. They did that with Thor Ragnarok, and, sometimes they did it with, given the context of, the Ant-Man films. But they made that WandaVision series a lot of fun, which we never got to see Vision and Wanda like play almost like a fun element to their characters. And then what they did for Winter Soldier and Falcon, they really turned up to the drama level and exploring those two characters like to great depths. But it wasn't as hyped though as like, in the end, like I thought it was good. I didn't love it. Like I was hoping I would, but because I think I had so much faith in WandaVision and just knowing how much I loved WandaVision, I just was kind of let down, but it made me realize that Anthony Mackie really does deserve, the Winter, being considered and called, Captain America. Because I was like, why are they giving it to him? I was one of those people that ended, walked out of Endgame like he shouldn't have given it to,
Why would you give it to him?
Sebastian Stan. I was like, they shouldn't have given it to him. Like, but then I was like, okay. Then I understand why, and why he was so deserving of that shield. And first it made you like say why, because just to spoil it for those just a warning. Not Sebastian. Anthony Mackie gives up the shield to a museum to have it be preserved, and then it doesn't turn out that way. It just all goes out to like someone else taking the pride and faith of the shields. Yeah. So, but I'm excited to see what.
Are you excited to see what the person that took on the mantle temporarily are you excited to see him in future projects or?
Yeah, I'm excited to see Wyatt Russell because he's Kurt Russell's and Goldie Hawn's like son. So, and he's been good in a lot of other projects I've seen in, and I really liked what he did. Like he's gonna really play this villainous character I see in future projects. Yeah, wanting to take that title of Captain America, but as for
Loki, thinking that he's the villain, are we feeling that he's the villain?
Yeah, I feel Wyatt Russell is going to be eventually like a villain given the context of where Julia Louis-Dreyfus comes in with her character, because her character is like a villainous character throughout the series. But as for Loki now, I'm excited for it. This will really turn my interest onto Loki is Owen Wilson taking part. I was scratching my head like, wow, Owen Wilson is taking part in this.
Wow.
Owen Wilson on a Marvel project. Okay,
everybody. Right, and then we see the trailers, and I felt like I had a lot more faith in Owen Wilson after seeing the trailers and seeing what he brings to the table.
Yeah, and I've been liking like he's been making a change with his career. I didn't really like his recent film that he was in. He was in a movie called Bliss, and I didn't really like that he was in that. But he's been making some differences career with his roles wise recently, and I'm kind of excited to see what he's going to bring to that, and just seeing how the time, the concept of time being played out in that series, with all of it, being relied, like, they have certain paths and, that they need to follow, and knowing that Loki comes in and just like disrupts all the madness. It's going to be very, very curious to me, and knowing that he has to like fix it all, and knowing he's going to be playing like our hero in the series. It's going to be interesting and make me appreciate him a little bit differently. Not that I really liked him and like really loved him as a villain now, but like, or you can kind of say anti-hero, but it's going to make me show him even like more love to the anti-hero.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we kind of gotten to that point with his character. We've seen so much of him he's a villain here, and then he's a hero here, and I don't know, I've grown to love him. I've grown to love him too. Some people think that's annoying, but not me.
You hated him in Avengers, of course, because he was the bad guy, and he was really good in Avengers. That's why everybody loved him.
He was.
And then he started showing up causing mischief. And then he caused mischief in the other ones, and then we wanted more of him in an Infinity War, and then
he died and came back, and then he died and came back.
Now this is his redemption, I guess, to say goodbye. Hopefully, but like in a good way.
Yeah, in the best way possible.
He'll be here.
What do you say? You hope it's forever.
You hope it's forever.
Yeah, he'll be around forever. Let's face it, this is like a cop out. Come on, he died in Infinity War, and I knew him like he's not gonna stay dead, because they're gonna freak out like they kill off Loki, and then as soon as like he took the stone in Endgame, I was like, yeah, that's the way of like, well, Loki's still running around in the universe. He's not dead.
But then he could try to like prevent that from him from dying.
Was it
Thanos?
Yeah. Wasn't
That's
Loki? Wasn't Loki series announced before Endgame came out?
It was like, I thought it was discussion based.
Yeah, maybe it was.
It wasn't. I thought it wasn't totally confirmed though.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Maybe it wasn't totally confirmed, but there was like rumors out there that it was going to be a show, and we're like, how is it going to be a show if he's dead?
Yeah, that was the main question. That's where you left scratching your head, like, how is this going to be a pull off?
Yeah. Is it going to be a prequel? Is it going to be, but
a prequel, like baby Loki?
Right. Like I didn't know, but now we do. I'm excited for it. I'm pumped for it. I know Mac isn't. I'm sorry, bro, but we are.
AJ and I will just talk. We'll just continue to talk about Loki and High School Musical, the series. That's what we'll just
do. Right. Let's get to the comments. I think I'm a little behind on the comments.
Wait, real.
Yeah. What's up, Mac? You
real
good?
Quick with the High School Musical. You're saying there was. Yeah. Oh wait, hold up. Am I good?
You're good.
Am I good?
Coming in and out.
Yeah. Okay. A little lag.
Okay, hold up. Am I good now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just have a frozen picture. There we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Awesome.
Okay. With the High School Musical drama, I'm thinking of just like, what was it? Just like you're just fighting with a gnat and just be like, that's what you say, backstage drama. It just made me laugh when you guys were talking about it. That's why I wasn't bringing up.
Backstage drama.
Yeah, but High School Musical.
High School Music. I'm very surprised that they brought that to a series. I don't know. Everything is having a revival, being brought back. Nothing is dying.
Do you remember when they announced a different High School Musical series like years ago?
Like a movie series or a TV show?
It was like a TV series, and it was going to have Luke Benwork and the girl from, I think it was Dog with a Blog.
Really? And it was going to be
Jarvis was going to be in it.
Really?
And it was going to still be in the same scenario of High School Musical with, you know, like it was a series I think I would have wanted, but maybe not with these people or just having a series just yet because they were just riding off the train.
Right.
You know, the third film. And, you know, they filmed an episode, but Disney didn't pull through. Go through with it in the end.
Really?
Yeah. If you look it up, there's like a whole, like they didn't like the clips of the episode were never really released, but it was just like all like filmed. And this was like a project that, you know, never went out.
Interesting. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want like a series in that universe. You know, the High School Musical, the series is not in that universe per se.
Yeah. I think I would have loved like something like that though, because I think it would have just really brought that nostalgia factor, you know, me growing up and knowing that I was in the same scenario and it had all the same, you know, characters that I liked and just a new transition.
Yeah.
But then again, the series, what High School Musical the series is making it its own. But I don't like the fact that, you know, they refer to the film like, you know, it's a film, you know, High School Musical is a film.
You don't like that?
I don't like that.
I kind of like that. I don't know.
That's the downside to me. Like,
really?
I'm like,
you wish it was in that universe.
Yeah, I wish it was in that universe because I feel like they treat the film as like, you know, a paper ball, like, oh yeah, it's a film, you know. But I guess those are kids that like didn't grow up with, you know, given our generation, we you know lived and breathed it, especially me, and you know,
learn the choreography.
Oh yeah, you know, you learned that choreography. You learned that, you know, we're all in this together and all 4 in 1. You know, you learned that, but you know, I was just kind of like, why do they just treat it as that? Like, especially the one kid who's like, oh, I've seen the original like 36 times, and I've watched like the sequel and the third one, like, you know, like 15 minutes or something like that. It's like he says that line at the very beginning of that first episode. Remember that kid who does like the choreography for this, you know, the series? But yeah, I just don't know how. Like, I don't like that.
Okay, that's fair. I get it. Let's move on to some of the comments that we're a little bit behind on. To be honest, I'm really not a fan. Never really been a fan of Willy Wonka character in general. I just could never get into those movies as a kid, the original and the remake. Wow. I mean, that's fair. I don't think I ever really got into them deeply as a kid. Now as an adult, I watched them, but like it wasn't like one of my favorites. No.
It wasn't my favorite growing up either. Like, you know, I watched it and, you know, I watched it a lot though, but it wasn't like my go-to always favorite. Yeah.
It was okay. Never seen Dexter, but it definitely is on my list of shows to watch for sure. It is a great show, and I think if you have the stomach for it, you should watch it. It's about, you know, a serial killer, so, you know, go figure.
It's like Saw.
Yeah, sort of.
Like American Psycho in a way, I feel like, too.
Ooh, yeah, American Psycho is very gut-wrenching. It can be. Let's see. Definitely looking forward to the Loki premise. Seems very intriguing. Nice. So, moving on to I had a photo, but it's not coming up. But there was a new Uncharted photo with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. I didn't even know Mark Wahlberg was in the film. I didn't know that he had gotten cast until we saw that photo.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess I'm behind, but yeah. So, who else is cast in this film before I get blindsided again?
I thought Antonio Banderas was in it.
Yes, he is.
Check it out for us, man.
Let me check because I've been keeping up with this movie for about 3 years now.
Yeah, I mean it's been a while since, you know, they announced production. Announced the film.
This is all the cast.
Okay,
this is the cast we have so far. We got Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, Mark Wahlberg as Sully, Antonio Banderas, Sophia Taylor-Ali, and Tati Gabriel. That's all we got so far.
So we don't have a Elaine, right? Is that her name? Elaine?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna assume that well we do have Chloe because that's Sophia Taylor. Kathy's playing Chloe. So I don't know who's gonna be Elaine if they're gonna introduce her in this because this is the origin story of Nathan. So this maybe take place before the game.
Yeah. That's true. Have you guys played Uncharted at all?
No.
Kristin? No?
All 4 of them.
Have you ever? Yeah. Well, I think there's 5, right? The Lost Legacy.
4. Well, I don't count that one. That was trash. I did not like that.
I liked it, man.
I didn't think it was trash.
I didn't think it was trash. I liked it a lot. What were you saying, Kristin?
I said I'm gonna watch it though.
Yeah.
I love Tom Holland and
are you a
Mark
gamer?
Wahlberg.
Are you a gamer at all? Do you play?
No.
Okay.
I try to be.
Okay.
I try.
It's just it never really clicked with you.
No, I still have if I'm considered a gamer, I still have my Game Boy Advance. That's all.
That's dope though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
what games do you have for that?
I probably have the worst games for it though. It's like all my girly games growing up, like Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Oh God.
Nice.
I know McGuire.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Anything Disney Channels, anything that I had for the Game Boy Advance, honestly.
Nice. What are those games even about?
No,
the Lizzie McGuire game.
I don't even remember, but I loved playing them.
Nice. So moving on to the next topic, Black Adam. The Rock posted a photo of Black Adam hooded figure, and I think it was just kind of to remind everybody that it's coming. This is coming. Just an update. And
it's still in the works.
It's still in the works. Yeah, it's been in the works for so long.
And that announcement was made almost a year ago, saying it was happening. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. And it was DC Fandom where they kind of did everything. They announced everything, and kind of had like a mini trailer. It was. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. But it's something that has just been dragged for so long.
It's coming. It's slowly being walked with a cane. It's coming.
Yeah, is it though? We're
will we ever see it?
I feel like this is gonna be one of the Rock's movie to bomb because at a point it's gonna be who cares about it because people have been we've been wanting The Rock to play a superhero for so long, and although Black Adam's a good hero, it would have been cool to see him in Shazam, which was a great movie. But seeing him in a Black Adam movie, because what normal non-comic book reader knows about Black Adam besides he's the opposite of Shazam. Yeah, it would have been cool to see him. It would have been cool to see him in Shazam to build up the hype for Black Adam, but they said no, we're going to introduce him in the old movie and have The Rock build it up for what? He's been building it up for 4 years now. And we've
something like
got
that.
Maybe got a combined 19 pictures and maybe a minute 31 worth of footage for the movie. Jesus, man. We've got more promotional material for this movie than we have for our sequels. Let that sink for a minute.
Which sequels?
God,
Which
I don't
sequels?
know. The Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah.
God.
We have the same amount of footage for the Avatar sequels for Black Adam. We'll never see. I feel I think we'll probably see this movie probably come in 2025. I feel like.
Oh gosh, don't say that.
I feel that's what's gonna happen.
I'm hoping at least 2023.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I hope, but I am excited for it, but I'm not I'm not holding my breath.
That's if he's doesn't have other projects another Hobbs and Shaw.
He's doing all that. Yeah, it's The Rock. Yeah. He's got his own sitcom.
Yeah, honestly, he's got his own sitcom. He's not even worrying about this.
He's not worrying about it. Not
he's
at all.
It's coming. And then he's the talks of people wanting him to run for president. Remember that? Does anybody heard that?
I heard about it. Oh gosh.
Watch him start running for that, and then just rewrite films at the same time.
Right.
He's got Jungle Cruise coming out now.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise is coming out. I think is that later
July.
this year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
July.
Summer. Okay.
July, yeah.
That's cool. Knives Out has a huge casting roster. We got who do we have? Dave Bautista. We have Edward Norton. We have Janelle Monáe.
Leslie Odom Jr. That's the one I'm really excited to see.
Yes, me too.
Edward Norton.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson. That's the one that threw me off the boat. I was like what?
So, why? Okay. Do we think we need all these, big time actors and actresses to make this film good, or is it gonna be
who done it for DC, for DCU, or like the MCU?
If I'm to play devil's advocate, I was like that at first, but let's think about it like this. If you're thinking about it, Knives Out is kind of like that movie where you kind of need an ensemble cast of like all these named Hollywood actors to be like, okay, who can be the person that did the crime? Because because remember the first one we had, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Christopher Plummer, Chris Evans, Arma de Armas, Catherine Newton. You had all these people, and Toni Collette, all these people as like an ensemble cast. So it upped the ante with the sequel. So I'm like, okay, it's good to have all these big names. So it's just like, how many damn people do you need for this movie? Like, come on, like,
honestly,
it's like, I feel like we're gonna get some
Murder on the Orient Express. It's like that scenario.
Exactly. And I'm kind of feeling like we're gonna hear some more casting news here soon.
Yeah, we will.
With more characters.
Who do you think out of these people might have committed the crime?
It's hard to say.
No, I don't think it's Edward Norton. No. He played a criminal already. If you watch Primal Fear, that's a great movie.
He did it again.
I highly recommend that.
He did it again.
Yeah.
He said he did it again. He said he did it again.
I don't think it's going to be him. I doubt it's going to be him. But I think there's going to be like a tag team in this one, since it is like a sequel, maybe. I think I know, but I feel like with Kate Hudson, I feel like she's going to be the killer. I feel like like the person who committed the crime.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be the person that died or got murdered?
No, I don't think it's Bautista.
No, I don't think so either.
He's going to die in Guardians. Let's face it, because remember,
can't die twice. You crazy?
Characters die twice in 1 year, whatever that releases.
Are you crazy?
They're gonna have Daniel Craig's partner, Lakeith Stanfield. He's gonna get murdered. He has to find his killer. It's just like a personal vendetta.
Or Daniel Craig.
Nah, I didn't know. Watch the movie.
Anyway, let's move on. We're getting a little carried away. So, have you both seen Spyro yet?
Yes,
okay.
I love Spyro.
You love Spyro.
I really enjoyed Spyro.
Really?
I've seen it twice already.
Wow. Mention Spyro and Kristin goes, yay. Wow. I really enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it. Mac didn't, I guess.
Yeah, Mac was in the minority of people who did not like it.
No. I say I hate it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a funny movie. It was a great comedy.
It was funny.
Because
it had a lot of comical moments.
Yes.
It did.
Yes.
I felt like they pulled their punches a little bit with the traps, with the games, but
that was like a lot of what people were saying.
But other than that, I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was cool. I'm ready for more. And
me too. I'm down for it.
It's my favorite horror franchise, even though I know some of the sequels are just not great at all, but
it's the better sequel out of all of them. Let's be honest, because
you think
out of all of them, to be honest, I didn't really think of anything. I don't remember a majority of the traps that happen in the Saw films. There's some that maybe one or two that stood out, because I had this conversation with my boyfriend. He's he agreed. He didn't see this one. He wants to, but he agreed. Out of the first one, the trap, especially at the end of Saw, really stood out.
Okay.
The rest of them, don't really stand out. Except, I really liked Saw 1, 2, and 3. You know, but the rest I didn't really care for. So
that's a popular thoughts on the franchise for sure. But yeah, I enjoyed Spyro for what it was. I didn't think it was like the best, horror film ever.
No, it's
but
not.
it was decent, and I loved seeing it in IMAX. And it's actually coming to VOD in June 1st. Yeah, you can rent it for $19.99.
Yeah.
So you can either do that or see it in theaters. So
if we want a Spiral 2, people go out and rent it $19.99. I think it's a fun kind of rental though, I think.
Yeah. I would agree. It was a fun time.
It is a fun time. I really did like it for what it was. So
yeah. So I actually haven't seen this film. I was planning on watching it today, but time got away from me. Army of the Dead. Let's get some spoiler-free thoughts out there from you guys. I know that you guys I think you just said that you did a 3-hour episode about talking about it. So we won't stay on it for too long. I know you guys been talking about it a lot. So what are you guys kind of general thoughts about it? Spoiler-free.
It was okay.
Okay.
It's not.
Yikes.
Yeah. Let's face it. I don't think Zack Snyder is the greatest director of all time, in my opinion.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
I haven't seen that Snyder cut yet. I'm very behind. But
it's a long movie.
Yeah.
That's Snyder anyway. His movies are really long.
Yeah, his movies are long. I just felt like this movie, it was so long, like unnecessarily long.
Okay.
Like there's some good scenes that could have been cut out, and we just would have wasted. We would have saved some time.
I've been hearing that a lot. That there's a lot of scenes that could have been cut. Mac, you want to give us some brief thoughts, man?
Dude, this guy, he had so much potential with Dawn of the Dead and 300, and then throughout the years, I don't know what happened with this dude. It's like Sucker Punch happened, and then Watchmen, Watchmen's okay. Watchmen ain't trash.
Watchmen was pretty good.
I like
Watchmen is good. I like Watchmen.
Yeah, but then you had Man of Steel. I didn't like Man of Steel. I thought it was boring. Batman v Superman, although the Ultimate Edition is pretty good. Then I didn't really care about the Snyder cut of Justice League. I thought it was just kind of it's not really. It would have been kind of lukewarm at best when it came out in 2017. And the Army of the Dead, I'm thinking, okay, he's going back to his roots what made him great. I'm like, dude, it's just boring. The characters, I didn't care about them and anything.
No, you really didn't care for anything.
Dave Bautista, in my opinion, he carried the whole movie.
He did.
He carried the movie for me. Zack Snyder, he's...
The only thing is with Bautista, he got to show his... Oh, sorry. Mac, you're cutting in and out.
Zack Snyder... Zack Snyder... opinion, he's like a cinematographer. Cannot write. His writing is very bland and dry. All he knows is to do. You remember that Google, that CQ thing? He's like Google search. He's like, I think a lot of my movies aren't even slow motion. I'm like, you pretentious little man.
There's a whole scene in the beginning that feels slow motion.
Yeah, it is. I watched that part.
It was. I'm like, he's like my. Your cinematography. I love your cinematography, but your writing is garbage. I'm done.
I could see that, but
yeah, I can see that too.
Speaking of the slow motion, there's a whole slow motion scene in the beginning of Army of the Dead.
It's literally. I watched.
Credits.
It's like the beginning credits, and I watched that whole scene.
So,
but I haven't
seen the watch. That.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is good. I think it's his better zombie film.
I haven't seen that either.
I do like Watchmen. I do
like Watchmen too.
Sucker Punch isn't really that good. My sister loves it. My sister has like a guilty pleasure for it because I don't know why, but I thought Man of Steel was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Batman versus Superman was just good.
Yeah. I would agree. I didn't care for it that much, but I did like Snyder Cut.
I did not watch the Snyder Cut yet, so this is like the second film of the year, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. It is. So I don't know. Yeah. So I'm gonna be checking that out soon, and you'll see a review from me for it. So moving on. Cruella, have you guys seen it yet? I know some people are getting screeners for it.
Yeah, a lot of people had screeners, especially in our group of community that we tend to talk to. We did not get to see it.
Okay.
I'm actually seeing it this coming weekend.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Me too. I'm kind of pumped.
I didn't care for the premise at all. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm going to see it because it's got Emma Stone in it. Regardless, I'll watch anything Emma Stone is in it because I love her.
Really?
So,
okay.
Oh yeah. So even if it was bad, I would have gone to see it still. So I'm hearing a lot of great things about it.
I have to.
So I'm very, very happy with it, and especially knowing that this is the better live adaptation of Disney films from beloved characters, which makes me really happy. And it's kind of interesting because from a lot of discussions and what I've kind of thought of, it's like a children's family PG version of Joker.
PG version of Joker. Okay.
Like a madman going crazy, but a mad crazy woman going crazy over fashion.
Sounds fun. Sounds like a lot of fun.
I mean, it looks fun.
I'm excited for it. The fashion does look amazing, so I'm excited for that. I'm gonna see it on Saturday. So
me too. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm seeing The Quiet Place too.
I'm seeing that on like Memorial
on Friday.
Day.
I'm seeing that Friday.
I wanted to see it because I wanted to see it tomorrow because they're doing like a special Cinemark screening with John Krasinski and like J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
And I was just cool. Oh man, I can't go. The time I get out of work, I was like, oh man, I can't get there in time.
Yeah, they're gonna actually be there.
No, they're doing like a live Q&A. It's like one of those satellite
virtual
things. Or like a virtual things. But I am. Gotcha. But for anybody's interested, there is a Barnes and Noble's live virtual event with John Krasinski, and he's got a new book out that talks about A Quiet Place 1 and 2. It's like this really glossy picture book, and he signed the book. So if anybody's interested, there's a Barnes and Noble's event happening. It's virtual. Go on Eventbrite and look up John Krasinski.
Sweet.
So
awesome. Good to know.
Yeah, anybody's interested. So on June 1st.
Mac, you gonna check out Cruella?
Yeah, I actually am. Like Kristin said, it's Joker. It's the Disney PG version of the Joker. They're just like live in a society where they let me use dominations. So I'm definitely gonna watch it. I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe they'll change my mind about the Disney live action remake. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, Disney live action remakes they don't have the greatest track record.
No.
So hopefully this one kind of changes it around a little bit. But yeah, so moving on to the last few topics. The Last Night in Soho dropped a trailer yesterday. I have not seen the trailer yet. I have not.
Man.
No, it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days ago, right? Two days ago?
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay. And Eternals was 2 days ago.
Eternals was like 2 days ago.
Tuesday.
No, Monday.
Monday?
Yeah, because I remember I was at work and I was like, oh, Eternals, let me see the trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that trailer either.
I'm not that excited for Eternals.
I feel like that's kind of the some of the consensus about Eternals. I know some people were saying Angelina Jolie looks really cool and things like that. There's some Game of Thrones actors in there, but other than that, people's hype levels are medium to low.
Yeah, I agree.
That. Yeah,
it's not like what I was hoping it. I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about it because I just think it just all the premise to me sounded like this is trying to be the Avengers that we don't need just yet. We already have some, people that were already built up to be like, okay, they can take these people are worthy enough to take over as the Avengers.
Mhm.
But I just don't feel like they're just as worthy yet to come in and star as in a film. Especially like it just throws me off, especially knowing Angelina Jolie is joining the MCU. It just really throws me for a loop.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like Owen Wilson.
Yeah, but like I feel like Owen Wilson's more. I feel like Owen Wilson is a little bit more likable than Angelina Jolie. That's my only thing.
Wait. Hold on. You mean like likable as a character?
Yeah.
You mean like as a character or like as an actress?
Character and actress.
Really?
Yeah.
I would probably beg to differ with you with that. I think I like Angelina Jolie more than Owen Wilson.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know how people feel about that. I know Owen Wilson is in a lot of comedies and things like that. Angelina Jolie doesn't really do like comedies or like really heartfelt things. Because like when I think about Owen Wilson, I think about Marley and Me. And yes, I see where you're coming from with likable, a likable actor and like the roles he takes and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think personally, I would prefer to see Angelina Jolie in the MCU, but we get them both. so yeah. But yeah, with the Last Night in Soho trailer.
This is my favorite trailer we got this week.
People were saying this is the best trailer of the year.
Oh, hands down. It's so good.
You disagree, Matt? What? Why do you disagree?
Actually,
what do you think is the best trailer this year? That Snyder Cut trailer actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to say the Snyder Cut trailer. Although I was a little different. The Snyder Cut trailer was actually pretty good.
It was. I thought it was pretty good. It was all slow mo. I think, right?
It had that cool that Hallelujah song.
The Hallelujah,
but this is a good close second. This is a good close second.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm excited to check it out. And how do I put this? Why are we so excited for this film? Not saying that it's not deserving.
No,
but I'm genuinely wondering why people are so hyped. I saw someone say, inject this film into my veins right now. So
Jesus.
So why are we so hyped for this film?
I think it's multiple things involved. I think for me going in, it's for Edgar Wright. Okay. Knowing his heart for film, and this is a different genre. He did Shaun of the Dead, but that was like a horror comedy. This looks like straight up horror drama thriller, and this is a territory you never really got the chance to really see him do. Yeah. He's tackled on like many different, projects, comedy, action. Yeah. He's got a new documentary coming out in June. So this is going to be something that I think really is going to pay attention to a lot of people, I think, and be like, whoa, well, this is like Edgar Wright. Like, yeah. I feel like many people are going to be shocked by this, and people are going to want to see it because of Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, she's blowing up over the last year. Last couple of years.
Last year she did what?
Queen's
Gambit. And I feel like she did something else. I know New Mutants, but I feel like she did something. Oh, that was it.
That's all I can think of. But like, oh no, she was in Emma.
Excuse me. She was in Emma.
But yeah, this just knowing she was in Queen's Gambit and everybody loved her in that, and she was great in it, and she's becoming this Hollywood, darling starlet that we all want to watch the movies for that she's in. Yeah, especially, and then we got like Matt Smith in it, and from it was like the Doctor Who. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how he's going to play into this film. Matt Smith
also was in The Crown. I think that's what people know him from mostly. Mm-hmm. But I know him from Doctor Who because I am a Whovian.
Oh, you're a Whovian?
I'm a Whovian. Yeah. So So yeah, but yeah, I was just genuinely curious why, you know, we're so excited for this film. I personally don't really know what it's about. I guess I'll check when I check out the trailer. I'll find out what it's about. But you know,
I don't think we need any other trailers. If they just promote this movie with this one trailer, it's enough.
Is it a full trailer or is it a teaser?
They released a teaser over the weekend, this past weekend, and then they shared the trailer for it yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's how a lot of films should be. Just get one teaser, one trailer, and then release the film, because a lot of like second trailers, third trailers, they give a lot away. Not really necessary, other than just to keep people's hype level up. So
as long as you make one good trailer and you get enough audiences to see it, then I think you're solid.
Yeah.
And then people are going to see it, like, come across on, you know, their TV or in like streaming channels. You know, they're going to say, check this film out, coming soon. Yeah. It's like enough. So
yeah, I've seen the Black Widow trailer like 1,500 times.
Yeah, knowing how many times they had changed the date on that, we've all seen it.
Right. We basically seen the movie. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to our last topic. What have we been watching and recommendations? I know we kind of did some of this here and there throughout the show, but anything that really stands out that you guys have been watching lately that you want to tell the viewers about?
Let's see. In terms of TV shows, like I haven't had enough time to watch many TV shows. If I do, it's like, you know, something that I can easily just like pick up and watch. But tomorrow is a Friends reunion. Yeah. So I'm going to be watching that tomorrow. Excited for that. I've been watching this. I don't watch a lot. I never watch Freeform, but I decided to check this series. Yeah.
Cruel Summer. I saw the trailer for that and it looked really good.
I was like, oh, Freeform, what are you doing?
Right.
Coming in here? And then Stephen King goes and recommends it too on his Twitter, I think. I
didn't know that.
So I was like,
he got paid to do that.
I was like, okay. And then it's not that bad of a series. It's, you know, typical, still the stereotypical Freeform, but it's kind of like a guilty pleasure in a way. It's there's some stuff. It has its flaws, but it's enough where I'm like, okay, I can just turn off and just enjoy it as it is. You know, like
it kind of
teen drama.
The trailer kind of reminded me of, I don't know if you saw Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
It kind of reminded me of that vibe, kind of dark, kind of, you know, dramatic, things like that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out. I'm not sure. I liked the trailer a lot, so I might check it out. And then I just have a lot of stuff that I've been watching.
Yeah, and then I've been watching Mosquito Coast on Apple, which is a Justin Theroux show.
Okay, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's about a family who ends up going on the run from the government, but I don't remember. We don't really know too much why. The Justin Theroux's character does owe money. They're basically like a family that's like they're like nomads. Like they don't they just move anywhere. They just go and just they don't want to be hunted down. Like, I don't even think like the character paid like any form of taxes. So they were always on the run. Then they end up traveling, going across, Mexico, trying to cross the Mexican border. And that was the last episode I saw. I have to catch up on like the last 2 episodes.
Okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed. So
yeah, not many people do.
I had to check that out.
It's okay.
It says called Mosquito Coast.
Yeah, Mosquito Coast.
Okay. Apple TV original. Okay.
But next week is Leslie Story. That looks good.
Leslie Story, is that streaming somewhere?
That's going to be on Apple TV, and it's a Stephen King series that's got Julianne Moore.
Oh, okay. Julianne Moore.
It looks really, really good.
Okay, cool. Mac, anything that you've been watching lately that you want to recommend?
Well, I'm in the middle of watching that Netflix anime series Yazuki, the Lee Stanfield series. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's pretty good. Then they added one of my I think one of the most underrated films I've watched. It's called Slight with Jacob Lattimore, and it's a WWE produced movie. He's like a street musician, and he can do like illusions. And he has to try,
I heard about that.
It's such a great movie. It's very underrated. I highly suggest people to watch it. It's on Netflix now. For a movie, if you want a so funny it's bad movie, go on Netflix, and I suggest you watch this movie called Cam. It is so bad that it's
C-A-M.
Yes.
C-A-M. Okay.
Yes.
I might take you.
And
I might
I'll
take
give
you
the
up on it.
synopsis. It's just about. It's about a cam girl whose account gets hacked by a demon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Kristin, you said it wasn't that bad.
I don't think it was that bad. I remember seeing it when it came out.
You're being too nice.
It's an okay horror film.
You're being too nice. Stop it.
All right. As for me, I have a list here of things I've been watching. Yesterday I watched Spree. I don't know if you guys seen that. Starring Joe Keery. I liked it a lot.
Enjoyed it.
The Woman in the Window, which was a Netflix original film. It wasn't originally, but Netflix got a hold of it. They bought it. Yeah.
Bought the rights.
Yep, they bought the rights to it, released it. I really enjoyed it. That's against popular thoughts because it didn't get a lot of great reviews. But I enjoyed it. I read the book last year and I liked it a lot. Then I watched Goodfellas.
I love Goodfellas.
I really enjoyed that. Doolittle. It was okay. It was starring Robert Downey Jr. It came out last year. It was more of a kids film, like more directed as kids, like the jokes and stuff like that. It was cute. It was adventurous, but it wasn't directed to me. So, and then I'll do a couple more here. I watched Seven. Against popular thoughts, again, Seven was a little slow moving for me.
I love Seven.
It was the last half hour of the film was amazing, but then the first that whole thing was great, but like the first hour and a half, I was just kind of like, but okay, and then Punch Drunk Love, starring Adam Sandler. That's a Paul Thomas Anderson film. Yeah. Loved it. Loved so that good. Film. It was really good, and I just really like Adam Sandler in his dramatic roles. His comedy roles are okay, but his dramatic roles, I love them.
His dramatic roles are great. I really enjoy his dramatic roles.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all as far as I'll go back because I watch a lot of films this month.
I watched a lot too.
In April, I only watched 3 films. I only watched 3 films in April, so I felt like I had to make up for it in May.
I'm behind on a lot of stuff. I am like, too. Not so much behind. I can't say that. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I never had time to review any of it, but what else I've watched? Another good film I actually watched recently is called Long Weekend with Finn Wolfhard.
Long Weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Cute rom-com. Cute little rom-com.
It's a rom-com?
Yeah. It's cute. And it's got
Is it cute?
It's got a surprise twist at the end.
Okay. What's it called again?
That you don't see coming. It also has a dramatic side to it. But it's called Long Weekend.
Long Weekend. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty good.
Finn Wolfhard? Is it Finn Wolfhard?
Or Whitlock or whatever it is. He's the guy from
Stranger Things?
No. The older guy who, if you watched American Horror Story.
Oh.
What's his name? I feel like I'm saying his Whitrock. Whitrock. Whittrock. Yes,
Whitrock.
That's how you say it. Okay.
Whitrock. What were you saying before?
Wolfhard. I was like, what?
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was Finn Wolfhard. I was like, okay.
It's so funny because I'm saying it and I can picture in my head, but like none of you all know.
Yeah, I got you. I looked it up, so
it's a good movie. I was surprised by it. A lot of people were surprised by it. Actually,
added it to my watch list. Cool. So I think we're gonna wrap things up here. Let me read off some of these comments. Let's hear. I don't know about you guys, but I'm bummed that we never got the Liz McGuire sequel reboot.
Me too.
Honestly.
Me too, Tony.
I actually liked
too.
Liz McGuire growing up. I watched it, so
I had the video games like what we talked about.
Didn't they cancel it? And then they cancel it. Then they said they're going to do it again, and they canceled it again.
What they
possibly.
did was, it was like, what happened was they filmed the series, 2 episodes. Then the showrunner left because of the direction and, you know, not keeping it PG for, you know, Disney Plus. And then they were trying to push it to go towards Hulu. And then
they wanted it to be raunchy.
A little bit raunchier given, you know, context of today. But I think they could have made it work for gearing it towards a PG audience and making it 13 levels. But they never went through with it. And now we got her in How I Met Your Father. That's coming out. She got the script. She's ready to film it.
Oh gosh. Kate Hudson hasn't been in anything lately. Last movie I saw her in was Deepwater Horizon and Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh no.
Yeah, she was married to David Otunga.
Yeah.
The wrestler.
But I have a feeling that Catherine Hahn might be the killer. Just my prediction.
I feel like, however, if she is the killer, everyone's gonna be like, "Yep, it's like the regular."
It was Agatha all along.
People are gonna go in and just say Agatha did it, and then her character did it.
Right. I don't know, but what somebody said, I think it was you, Kristin, that said that it might be 2 people.
I feel like it's gonna be 2 people.
Yeah,
we don't know anything, but like I feel like in this story, it might be 2 people.
Yeah, and that's making a lot more sense to me now because. You know, it is the sequel to, you know, I don't know. I'm just putting that together. Mid-Level Media was in here. What's going on? Ken, the Soho trailer was awesome. Some serious Argento.
The Palma fries. Absolutely.
Yes. So I still have to check that out. Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just Emma.
Yeah, that's what we were referring to when we were talking about Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, were we trying to come up with what else?
Names, what
else? Yeah, okay. He was trying to chime in. I'm sorry, I'm behind. The Witch is my favorite horror film of the 21st century. So getting Anya back for this genre is going to be awesome. The Witch was good. I liked The Witch.
I like Robert Eggers' film. Lighthouse more than The Witch. I thought The Witch was okay.
I picked up Lighthouse, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you gotta watch that. That's great.
It's on my list. The Witch, it's on my. You said you like The Witch more than The Lighthouse?
I like The Witch more, and it was sad too because I saw it in theaters when The Witch came out, and it was like I was the only one in there, and it was like 2016. It was like. That was the year when they were getting experimental with all the horror movies, and that was one of the ones that came out. And it like flew under the radar. I was like, you know what? In a few years, people are gonna see this movie and I loved it. It's on Netflix right now. I think I might rewatch it. It's pretty good.
The Witch is on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it should be still. If it didn't get taken off,
I'm looking to pick that up on 4K. I really liked it. I don't know. I don't know about The Lighthouse. I have to see it still, but I'll let you know which one I like better.
Lighthouse is great, honestly. One of the best films.
I also heard that Lighthouse is a little I can't remember what they said. They said it was like they were saying it didn't have anything to do with anything. It was just like they didn't
the Lighthouse itself.
Like, yeah, the film, like, it just didn't, it was, like, about nothing, basically.
No.
It had a premise.
There was a premise. There was a premise, and then it's more of a psychological thriller than if you want to argue about that, where, you know, I feel
I haven't seen it, so I don't want to argue.
Yeah, no, I don't 100% agree to that, though.
Okay.
There's no Lighthouse
Kristin's
play at all in the movie. I felt ripped off.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you everyone who stopped by, everybody who is catching it on the replay. I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm gonna let these folks plug their channels and their pages and everything what they got coming up. So go ahead.
Okay. All right, Mac, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first, ladies first.
Okay. All right. So thank you, AJ, for having me. First and foremost, we gotta have you back on our podcast again because you are absolutely great. But for now, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Flamingo, like what it says on the top right over here. If I can point my fingers in the right direction.
somewhere over there.
It's there, but yeah, you can follow me there. But yeah, I post reviews there. I write for a couple different websites, and yeah, so thank you for having me. And I'm also the co-host of the M&K Productions Podcast, so go listen.
Yes. Mac?
Yeah, so thanks for having us on tonight, AJ. It was a lot of fun.
For sure.
It was a great laugh. It was thunderstorm outside, so just a good little laugh to distract me from it. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Mac Reviews, and then M&K Productions on Instagram, and then YouTube Mac Reviews. Gonna have a video review up of Army of the Dead, and then do some catch-up reviews of Mortal Kombat and Nobody on there too. Then I'm going to be starting editing the episode 50 with David and Rob with Army of the Dead review. That should be up in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that.
Sweet. And as for me, I'm AJ of AJREACTS2. You're already on my YouTube channel, but you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Letterboxd, AJREACTS2, all across the board, all one word. And yeah, we're going to be out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Hey.